Hi, I am Habib. Today in this video I am going to show you a custom CMS I have built with Laravel and Liveware. I am going to show you how it works. So let me begin. If I click on the admin panel button, a pop-up will be shown. Here I have made the admin credentials widely available because I want everyone to be able to explore this project. And this is a demo version of my original website, so there's no security concern here. So I'm going to type admin on the admin name field and admin on the password field as well, then the reCAPTCHA, and then login. After I have logged in successfully, I will be redirected to this page. This is the backend, the admin dashboard. From here I can change and reconfigure almost every part of the website's front end and functionalities. So let me show you. First I'm going to show you the key features of this CMS. So the first one I'll be showing you is the price estimator management feature. Let me show you the related front end first of this feature. So if I go to the home page and I scroll down, under the services section you can see that I have listed various services that I am providing as a full stack developer. Let's say as a client I select on full project, and if I select on full project, here I will be redirected to this page, and here I can see the price estimator function. And the purpose of me implementing this function is to give the client an idea of how the cost of a project could vary vary in relation to the different requirements. So the purpose of it is to give the client an idea of how different variables could affect the project's cost. So here I can select different requirements and that will impact the estimated price. So that's how it works. So let's say as an admin I want to change something here. Let's say under project complexity I want to change the value of intermediate from 300 to 400. Let's say, how can I do that? So let me show you how I can do that. So if I come to the backend part and click on price estimator management, here I will see two options here, manage cards and manage card options. What do they do? So the manage cards option is responsible to create the main card of the main service card, such as full project, front end, this one, like this whole project thing that will be shown on the home page. And the purpose of manage card options is to fill the content of a specific service card. So here I can select the full project, and I can add or edit the content of that service option. So here you can see all the contents of that price estimator option, you can see here. So let's say instead of adding new item I want to edit an existing item. So let's say under project complexity I want to edit the intermediate option, so I will click on edit. This will redirect me upward, and this is how it will be shown. So this is the whole selection item, and but I want to change just one item of that selection group. So let's say I want to change this one intermediate from 300 to 400. I will click on edit on that specific item, and I will change this from 300 to 400. Then I will click on update. This will update the specific item of that selection group. So after that, to make the whole selection group updated, I will have to scroll down and click on this ultimate update button. This will ultimately update the whole thing. So after I click on update, now you will see that this value here will be changed to 400 once I reload this page. So if I reload this page, you will now see that this is now changed. This now has been changed to 400, and the price estimator will also reflect the change. Here you can see. So this is how the price estimator functionality works. And here you can see that I can also change the currency. Here you can see I can configure, I can change it, I can toggle it to dollar and taka. So I can configure the currency rate from the backend as well. I will show you that later in this video. So this is how the whole price estimator functionality works. The next functionality I'm going to show you is the appointment booking. So let's say as a client I want to book an appointment, so if to have a longer discussion, so let's say I am going to select 1st April, and if I select this date, the available time slots will be shown here. Let's say this is just an example set of time slots. So let's say I select on 1 to 2 a.m. and then I'm going to put my personal details here. I'm going to write an email I have, so this one, and under describe your needs I'm going to say, hi, I am Habib, let's say. So once I click on book appointment, this pop-up will be shown, and the main thing is that I will receive an email both as an admin, and the client will also receive an email from this website. So let me show you how. If I go to Gmail here, this is the email address configured as admin email address in my website. So as an admin I will receive this email notification, new appointment booking details. This is the detail of the client who just booked an appointment. This is the estimated price, and let's say as a client, this is the email I have put there as a client. You can see the client email here. This is the same email. If I log in to that Gmail account, you will see that as a client I will also receive this email notification here. But as a client I won't be able to see the estimated price. That value will only be shown to the admin. So this is how the whole email thing is configured. And as a client I can also unsubscribe from the email list. So this is how I am configuring my email functionality with the professional convention, so that my email rating keeps standard. So that's my main purpose here, to implement this unsubscribe functionality here. So if a user unsubscribe from here, they will no longer receive any email notification from me. So that's how it is configured. So there is the email functionality of this CMS. And let's say after I book an appointment, how can I manage that appointment data? I can manage that appointment data from this section, appointments. So if I click on it, here I can see all the data of all the booked appointments here, and this is the most recent appointment that I have just booked. So I can mark it as unfulfilled and mark it as fulfilled, and based on that it will be shifted to the list, either fulfilled appointments or unfulfilled appointments. And what about the unsettled appointments? What's the purpose of this? I will explain this to you after some time, after I explain to you the function of schedules management, because that is closely related to this one. So let me show you the schedules management functionality first. So if I come to this page, you can see that once I select on a date, I get these time slots. How can I change these time slots and also this dates functionality? So let me show you how I can do that. If I go back and select schedules management. Here I can configure new time slot. Let's say I want to configure a brand new set of time slots. Let's say 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Let's say add schedule. Then 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Let's say add schedule, and I'm going to select weekly holidays. Let's say I'm going to select Saturday and Friday. And once I click on save, you will see that this brand new time slot will be live. So let me show you how. Once I click on save, you can see that this time slot will be updated by the new time slot. Let me show you after I refresh this page. And now if I click on a date, you will see that this brand new time slot has been configured here. So this is how the time slot management works. And I can set annual holidays as well. Let's say I want to mark the 30th March as an annual holiday. So I can do that under this option. So let's say the year doesn't matter because this functionality works considering the month and the date. So this will work every year. So if I select 30th March and click on save, you will see that now the annual holidays list will contain the 30th March, and the 30th March will no longer be shown here. So let me show you after I click on reload. You can see that the 30th March is now gone because the 30th March is now configured as an annual holiday. So that's how it works. So this is how I can select and configure the whole time slot and date thing. But what about the appointment I have just booked on 1st April 1 a.m. to 2 a.m.? What happened to that appointment? Because I have configured a new time slot. So what will happen to the appointment I have just booked? So I can manage that booked appointment from appointments, unsettled appointments. Here you can see that appointment is being listed under this unsettled appointments here. Previously it was listed under the appointment section, but now it is listed under the unsettled appointments because the time slot has been changed. So I have to reconfigure this. I have to settle this appointment according to the recent time slots. So here I can change, let's say 1st April, and I can settle it to the recently added time slot. Once I click on settle, you can see that that appointment is now listed under the appointments list with the recent time slot. So that's the purpose of unsettled appointments, is to manage the appointments once there's a time schedules change, so that I could settle the already booked appointments to the recent time slot changes. So that's the purpose of it. And I can also do filter. Let's say if I click on filter, I can filter by name, by email, by contact number. Let's say by email, if I write MD Habib, if I do filter, you can see only the appointments with this email account will be shown here. There will be no other appointments. So this is how it is going to work. And if I reset this and click on close, you can see that all the appointments will be shown now. So this is how the filter option works. So that's how it is. The next feature I'm going to show you is going to, I have moved to the home page. Let me go to the backend again. The next feature is going to be the explore section management. So what is this? Let me show you on the front end here. If I go to the home page and if I scroll down, here is the categories page. So what's the purpose of this? The purpose of this category section is to give the client an idea of what type of niche website they are actually looking for. Here I have assembled the best examples of niche websites so that the client could get an exact idea of what type of website they are looking for, and that will help me and the client to communicate better. So that's the main purpose of assembling these awesome examples and showcasing them together in this under this section. So let me show you how it works. So if as a client I click on the select button under this e-commerce section, so you will see that various different kind of e-commerce will be shown here, and a client could explore what type of e-commerce they are actually looking for. So that's the main purpose of this. And I can, for ease of use, I can also use the search bar to, let's say I want to search a website related to ambulance service. Let's say I have an ambulance service related website here. Let's say this on ambulance service. I can easily search it from here as well. Let's say ambulance, you can see here ambulance here, and this will show a demo of the example website to give the client an idea of what type of delivery they could expect, or what how their website could look like. This will be obviously custom made and configured based on their unique requirements, but this is just to give them an idea of how the final project could look like. So that's the main purpose here. And the search bar is very powerful in the CMS because this search bar indexes all the blogs, all the items, selection items, details items, and also the portfolio items as well. So this is quite powerful. If I type e-commerce, you will see that all the demo of e-commerce is being shown here. If I type WordPress, you can see that the blog related to WordPress, the portfolio item related to WordPress, the service related to WordPress. This is very robust and custom configured search bar specific to my need, but I can also edit and configure it based on other business needs as well. So this is very customizable on the code obviously. So that's how the search function works. The next feature I am going to show you, the other features are quite self-explanatory. I will show you, this is the site configuration option. Under this I can change the logo and the hero section texts and also the captions, and importantly this currency rate as well. This will reflect in this section, this dollar to taka toggle here. So this will be calculated based on this value. So that's how the currency rate works here. And I can write blogs. I'm not going to show the whole process because this is quite self-explanatory. I'm just going to show the functionality here. If under blog slug I am going to type new, you can see that it is saying that the slug is available. But if I type WordPress, which is already listed in the database, you will see that this will say this slug is already in use. So this is quite dynamic. And interestingly, if I press on the space key, you will see that the space will be converted to a hyphen, because this text will be used as a unique link for the blog you will be writing. So to make the slug look, the URL look professional, I have configured this way. So that's how it works. And if I go back, I can change site configuration, appointments, I can write blogs and also manage blogs. Let's say if I show you the front end of the blogs, how as a client I will be seeing the blocks. I'll be able to see the blocks here, and you can see that I can read a block from this section. And let's say I want WordPress block to be at the very top. So how can I do that? I can do it from here. I can press on move up on the WordPress card, and you will see that now the WordPress block card is being shown at the very top. If I refresh it here now, you will see that this is how it works. I can also change the existing content of a blog. So that's that. And I could manage blogs. Skill section management, this is responsible to change the contents under the skills section I have here, this one. And schedules management, I have already shown you that. Export section, I've already shown you that. The option, this I have named this export section management because it sounded cool, because I have configured this functionality to make the client become able. I wanted to make the client be able to explore what they're actually looking for, so that's why I have named this feature explore section management. But on the front end I have named this the categories, because this sounds more user friendly as a client. So that's that. The portfolio section management is responsible for managing the contents under this section, my portfolio. So here I have listed the projects I have done personally and also professionally. I have also provided the source code where I can. So this is how the my portfolio section is configured. I can configure it from here. Price estimator management, I have already shown you that. Contact messages, this is the section where I am listing all the contact messages that I receive from this page, this contact me page. So from here every clients can send me messages, and I will be able to read them from here. And I will also receive email notifications after, if any client sends me any message from here. So that's that. Contact messages, and I can also edit static page as well. Let's say I can edit the contact me page and add and set different data and icons for that static page. So that's how it works. Static page and collaboration section and testimonial section is corresponding with this testimonials and feedback section and this collaboration section. So these sliders I can edit and add new content for these sliders here from these options. So that's how it works. I also have a robust dark mode support, so you can see that the dark mode also looks very cool. The homepage also looks quite astonishing in my opinion. This is how it works. So there's that. So now I'm going to show you what are the technologies that I have used beside Laravel and Livewire and also MySQL to build this project. So I have used Notion to track, this is the app called Notion. I have used this to track the progress of the project, and I have used Figma to design and brainstorm UI ideas, and I have used Brevo. This is an email service. I have used this to configure the email functionality in my CMS. So because I have chose this because it has a very generous free tier, 300 emails per day. So that's why I have chose this email service. And I have chose a cPanel based hosting service provider to host my website. So this is that. So that's how my whole CMS website has been configured. And I have also built a similar website, but not with as much functionality. but let me show you that website as well. This is a appointment booking website where I can also manage schedules, and for this I had chose the dental medical niche because I got the idea after visiting a dentist. So this is how it is. It doesn't have a sidebar, which I have configured here. You can also navigate from one section to another using the sidebar. This is very user friendly. And the another thing is that in this project, the previous project, I didn't have a dynamically configurable price estimator. In this project, the price estimator was statically set in the HTML, and so I couldn't change it from the backend. But in my recent in this same project, I can configure it and change it from the price estimator management option. So that's one of the big changes and upgrade from the previous project, and also it is quite minimal. So yeah, the design is very much inspired from this website that I have built. So yeah, that's that. So tell me, how what do you think about this project of mine? And thanks for watching this such a long content. I very much appreciate your patience. So thank you for watching and have a very good day. Thank you.